we're just trying to figure out as much information we can to make sure that we give our child the best opportunity to be, her best self.
Girl, it looks like we've got a situation on our hands because Zaya Wade has spilled some sizzling hot teas about how her dad, Dwyane Wade, scares off and intimidates any boys trying to get close to her. While some fans felt Dwayne was being overprotective and needed to give her space, others suspect there's a sinister reason behind it. Now, rumors of Dwayne being on the DL have been in the air for almost a decade, and when Zaya transitioned, theories of how Dwayne was living out his fantasies through her were flying everywhere. Now, with Dwayne allegedly scaring off any boys who come near her, it looks like rumors of him living his fantasies through her are true, and the pieces are starting to fall into place. I'm not gonna lie, it's looking scary. So for those who may have not clocked onto this, grab a seat and let me fill you in. So Dwayne Wade revealed in 2020 that his son Zion was going trans and would love to be known as Zaya Wade. In an interview with Ellen DeGeneres, Dwayne shared the moment when they had the conversation about him transitioning into a female and how he wanted to be known as Zaya Wade.
Once Zaya, our 12-year-old, came home, and first Zion, everybody, I don't know if everyone knows, originally named Zion born as a boy, came home and said, hey, so I want to talk to you guys. I think going forward, I'm ready to live my truth. And I want to be referenced as she and her. I would love for you guys to call me Zaya.
The news went viral, and weeks later, he sat for an interview on Good Morning America where he was asked if he knew early on that Zaya, who was assigned male at birth, identified as a transgender girl. Dwayne responded saying, I knew early on that I had to check myself. And in the locker room, that has been a part of the conversation that has said the wrong phrases and the wrong words myself. He continued, my daughter was my first interaction when it comes to having to deal with this conversation. Hopefully I'm dealing with it the right way. Inside our home, we see the smile on my daughter's face. We see the confidence that she's able to walk around and be herself, and that's when you know you're doing right. However, Zaya's transition was met with resistance from her biological mom, and she accused Dwyane and Gabrielle of not only intentionally keeping her away from Zaya during the process, but also milking her for publicity. Things got heated when Dwayne announced that he was filing legal paperwork to change Zaya's name and gender on her documents. Her mom strongly opposed this move, leading to a heated dispute.
Things became even messier when Dwayne and Gabrielle painted her as transphobic, suggesting that she was against Zaya embracing her identity.
Dwayne even dropped a long note on Instagram, where he accused Siobhan of being a bad mom, saying, since this must be the new way of parenting, I guess I have to address these allegations here, which is a shame. I've received a social media post about me forcing our 15-year-old child to be someone she's not, and to do something against her will. These are serious and harmful allegations that have hurt our children. No one in our house would ever force Zaya or any of our children to do anything against their will, much less force an identity on them. This isn't a game for my family and not for Zaya. I will not sit on my hands this time and allow her to make a mockery of my dedication to my family. Zaya's mom was not totally against transition, but she wanted Zaya to wait until she was old enough to make these decisions without being influenced by anyone. And when Dwayne painted her as being homophobic, she released a statement of her own saying, they are positioned to profit from the minor child's name and gender change with various companies through contacts and marketing opportunities, including but not limited to deals with Disney. I have concerns that they may be pressuring our child to move forward with the name and gender change in order to capitalize on the financial opportunities that he has received from companies. She continued, they told me that they intended to make our child very famous due to the name and gender issue, and also informed me that there would be endorsements and contracts associated therewith. Zion, who was present at the time, answered that various companies were interested and that Disney was a prospective company. Years after the drama surrounding her transition, Zaya Wade is back in the spotlight, this time over a comment she made about her father, Dwyane Wade's stance on her relationships with boys. She recently opened up about it in an interview with 17 magazine. Zaya was asked how her dad and her stepmom felt about her dating, and she replied by saying, they're really cool about it. My stepmom and I love to dish the dirt and tap into the high school gossip. She gets excited for me when I'm like, oh, I like this person, but my dad, he tries to scare any person I have an interest in. He's kind of intimidating. The people I've dated have all been afraid of him in the first interaction. He's gigantic and has this deep booming voice, but the facade only lasts for so long, and you actually see his real personality. He's a teddy bear. Now, after the interview hit the internet, some fans believe Zaya was not entirely honest about how her dad treats boys who were interested in a romantic relationship with her, and it didn't take long for rumors about how he allegedly wants to keep her as a lesbian started flying. Now we all know rumors of Dwayne being on the DL have been on the internet for a long time. Also, when she transitioned, there were theories about how Dwayne was living out his fantasies through her. If the rumors about him wanting her to be a lesbian are true, then then all I can say is the theories of him living his fantasies through her may be correct. Now, a lot of people have given Dwayne the side eye after doing some unconventional acts, like coloring his hair and painting his nails, and we all saw him spill the tea on how he used to wear dresses and heels as a child. So Dwayne threatening and scaring away boys from Zaya may be the final piece of the puzzle. Fans may need to prove he is living his fantasies through her, and from the look of things, Dwayne is going to be exposed for who he is in the coming days. Zaya Wade exposing how Dwayne Wade threatens and scares away her boyfriend, or whoever she is interested in, had fans talking, and they left comments saying, "When you're surrounded by delusional people who empower your delusions by creating safe spaces for you all to just be delusional." Zaya Wade is 17 years old. 17 is choosing to spotlight a minor who is harming themselves in the name of gender theory. This should not be promoted. It's not something for young people to aspire to. I'm all for Dwayne Wade supporting his gay son, but the whole transgender at 12 thing is just some I don't agree with. I think you ought to be an adult to make that decision. The kid ain't even lived life yet. You think Dwayne is truly trying to live his fantasies through Zaya? Or is this situation sort of BSB? Let me know what you think in the comments. Then check out this next video.